Faced with growing concerns about the Delta variant, America's cruise lines continue to make changes to the way they operate to keep travelers safe. Denver 7's Katie LaSalle shows us how they're putting people first.
Skylar McKinley, our AAA travel expert, joins us now. Skylar, thanks so much for being here to talk about cruising. So overall, what is going on with cruise ships when it comes to COVID-19 right now?
Cruising returned earlier this year to much fanfare, and I will tell you, there are thousands of passengers going out on cruise ships, and you don't hear about that many people getting sick with COVID-19. It's because the cruise industry changed a lot of how it operates in order to keep people safe, probably more than any other industry. Here's an example. A couple of weeks ago, for example, the CDC said, hey, all cruisers, including vaccinated cruisers, need to get vaccinated pre-cruise. As it turns out, all the cruise lines were already doing it, right? Similarly, the CDC said, hey, cruise lines, you need to have mask mandates in common areas. It turns out the cruise lines were already doing that. So I would say that more than really any other industry right now, the cruise industry knows that they have an obligation to keep people safe, that they can't do business unless they keep people safe. And so while there are, a lot of developments in cruising, and it's important to pay attention if you're booking a cruise soon, know that they're going to change whatever they have to in order to protect travelers.
Got to be safe in those close quarters, but it's nice to hear. So what's the latest update? Are all major cruise lines now cruising?
So each week we hear from cruise lines that say that they're returning ships to the sea, they're returning to routes, they're announcing new cruise routes. What I will tell you, though, is the industry really is placing people over profits. So as exciting as it is to have new cruise routes announced, occasionally they cancel. Occasionally they say, hey, look, we can't safely do this cruise, we can't do this route. So to the extent that the industry really is looking out for everybody, know that cancellations right now because of COVID are a fact of life, and the best advice is to be flexible.
Good advice. And finally, how are the ships? What can Coloradans expect if they do decide to cruise?
Yeah, I'm going to say this, 2021, 2022, 2023 are all historically good times to cruise. And I say that because, look, these ships, when they were pulled off the seas last year, they weren't just mothballed. They were renovated. They've got brand new features, new technology. They're brand new sailing experiences. So to the extent that you were thinking about cruising before, know that the cruise lines you're returning to and that are returning to the seas are very different. It is a flexible environment. This is why I always recommend working with a travel agent, because in case there's a cancellation or something like that, you want to be kept whole. More info on how we can help with that at AAA.com/travel.